is
ever.
Oh, what a day.
Oh my goodness.
And we should be good.
All right. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dungeons and Dad Jokes. All of us here would love for you to become a subscriber, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and join in the live chat. We've changed our format again, so let us know what you think, and you can leave it in the comments. Be sure to check out our website, dndadjokes.com, where you can find our other social media links and various other things to catch up on or just to read.
The link's in the description, by the way, if you would like to just click a button.
Sweet. The link is in the description. All right, so let's get started on tonight's episode. It's going to be a fun one.
I just realized that my image on YouTube is backwards. I'm trying to get my camera sitting right.
All right. Tonight's episode is session 47. Lorem Ipsum. All right. Let's start with last week. What happened last week? Let's refresh. All right. Last week, Forsyth and Kosha spoke to the boss man, Worry Sesk, underneath Thrice, and discovered that the pendant did pass through a couple of hands while in Thrice. It was unique enough to catch his attention and let them know that it was Cecil that kept it while it was in town. They tracked Cecil to the underground tavern, the Cavern, where he told them he had passed it to Skyla, a runner who can usually be found in Rarmon. Evangeline continues her conversation with Gavian in a separate cantina. He shares that he can often slip past his mother's eyes and that it is easier now that he has had his pendant enchanted to prevent scrying. Through his research, Gera's group has been with her for quite some time, and her other affiliates either turn up missing or are lavished with gifts. He also shares his belief that Gidna is being used for a twofold purpose. Kadeth and Fix spoke with Elijah, who was researching possible reasons for Gera to have a blood vial. Then they found Tatra to ask her some questions. She told them that the Order of the Third Eye frowns upon fighting within the Order. She also said that Giselle is more trusted, but Dolan, whom they're going to seek at the circus, is more accurate. She also encourages Kadeth to check the book he received for hidden information. After returning to his room, Kadeth spills a bit of blood onto the book and discovers a hidden message saying, "Balance is shifted. You must restore. 7 still to stand, and Saji at last the door." As Kadeth is looking at the book, Fix reaches out to Gidna with his circlet. He does connect, but her answers come slow and without any emotion. Fix determines that this is not Gidna and stops communicating. Or not normal for Gidna. After the group gets back together, Evangeline takes a closer look at the Fates card and discovers the crystal ball on the card has floating eyes, and as they drift by, they look directly at her. The card gets put away, and all of the group share the information that they have gathered. Eventually, they decide to head to Rarmon and ask Meryl to send them. In Rarmon, they head to the orrery to check in and get a place to stay. When they arrive, they find the orrery broken. Shelley informs them that Gidna came and destroyed the machine and hurt Garrett in the process. Kadeth and Forsyth headed to the infirmary to speak with Garrett, while Evangeline and Fix begin assessing the damage. Digging through the mechanics, Evangeline and Fix discover parts that must be replaced entirely, and as they were looking, markings were discovered within the casing. Fix recognized the secret code he and Gidna shared, reading, "I am not myself, please forgive me." Fix in turn left a message saying, "You are forgiven." And that is where we are going to pick up. Let us start with Kadeth and Forsyth. Evangeline and Fix are busy at work in the forge. So let's start with the forge, making new parts. Kadeth and Forsyth. Yep. All right. You guys head to the infirmary where you were directed that Garrett was. You inquire about Garrett's health and alertness, consciousness. You are informed that he is in and out. Seems to still have his wits about him. It's not that he has forgotten anything. He doesn't have any kind of concussion-esque qualities. But he is hurt pretty bad, and he rests and needs rest. So, but they will direct you to his room, where you will find him stirring. He's not quite asleep.
How injured does he look?
He looks like he's on the mend. He's not like casted or anything like that. But he does have some bandages, mostly on his side.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Forsyth. Forsyth, do you think you might be able to heal him a bit?
I can sure try.
At least a few points. Give him a little bit so he can maybe talk a little more and stay conscious a little longer.
Sure, I can try that. I'm going to go ahead and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Oh, okay. How much does that heal him?
15 points.
Nice. All right.
That'll work.
He comes to pretty well. All right. He comes to pretty well and opens his eyes, kind of takes a look at the two of you, and he looks a little curious.
So I understand your name is Garrett.
It is.
I'm here with Fix.
Oh.
And he's attempting to restore and fix the orrery.
Good.
I was wanting to see what do you know? What information do you have? What happened here?
Information. I don't have much information. Like, I can tell you what happened. Gidna, his sister, came in. She was not her usual self. At least from the interactions that I have had with her over the years. That Fix has been in my employ.
She has seemed a little off the last couple days at least, from the little bit I know. And we have some theories on what's going on, but nothing firm yet. Were you the only one she attacked?
I was. I think her focus was the orrery for some reason. And of course, when, I tried to stop her, that's when she promptly threw me.
So you're the only one that tried to stop her?
Yeah, pretty much everybody else just kind of stood back. She's a bit of a tank.
Yeah, that's probably wise on their part. Did she happen to say anything at any point?
No, she didn't say a word, actually.
So she just showed up and started wreaking havoc?
Yeah. She didn't even She didn't have any emotion. It looked like she didn't have any emotion. It was like she was just following orders or something. It was really weird.
Well, I think that confirms a few things, a few of our theories. At this point, I'd say go ahead and just get some rest. I'm sure once Fix is done doing the repairs, he'll come see you. But for now, just get some rest, heal up. My friend here was able to at least start the healing process for you.
If you need
Yes.
anything else, let us know.
I will. Thank you. Surely it'll be a little faster to get me on my feet now.
It should be. I'm going to go ahead and head back to the orrery.
All right. You head back that direction. In the meantime, Fix, Evangeline, you're busy working away at the orrery. Is there anything else you wish to do or discuss or anything while the other two are gone?
Looks like Evangeline has something.
I was going to say, you look like you have a thought.
I do have a thought.
You're trying to grab it.
I don't have any of my notes printed out.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, you can't open them on your other screen, I suppose, if you need
Yeah.
to.
While Fix is busy forging, I will quietly slip out my sending stone and send a message that says, I have confirmation that she was definitely in Rarmon and did damage to the orrery.
Do I hear this? Like, how close? Do you like try to do it secretly, or do you just?
I'm doing it quietly and I'm inside this machine.
So, yes, you will need to roll a perception if you want to listen to her.
Well, it's more. I want more added to that message if I hear it. 15 on the die. I got to pull up my character sheet. 1 second.
Wow. I can hear the people going by on our street.
So
that
can
wasn't
I.
even on our street. That was a couple streets over. If
Oh, I
that
thought
gets
it was
too
on
loud,
Rita.
just let me know and I'll close the window.
Think that's a 21.
Shanikes.
Yeah, 21.
You definitely hear her mumbling. As to whether or not you can actually understand the words she's saying, that's another question. But you do hear her, like, speaking.
Would Fix figure what she's doing? Like, he's never heard her talk to herself while she's working on machinery.
That's true.
That's true. She doesn't normally talk to herself.
Fix definitely talks to himself when he's doing things, or at least talks to Gond. But yeah, if he hears that, he's going to just assume that that's what she's doing and say, make sure he knows it wasn't of her free will, of her own will.
Not of our own will.
As Gavian was getting ready to respond. Okay. He will respond, good to know. I will start the trace there then.
And I will take it away.
All right. Slide it back into a pocket. All right.
And continue pulling damaged parts off and putting new parts on.
All right.
Do you need a roll for forging?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, did I have you roll yet? If not, go ahead and give me a roll. Oh my gosh, if my computer doesn't stop letting me know about everything under the sun.
Oh, I'll pick that one. 30.
Oh, sheesh. Yeah. You're managing to do this quite nicely. Your familiarity with the machine and your familiarity with your forging equipment and everything, and having the wonderful tools that God has blessed. You are making great time. Eventually, Kadeth, you're probably about 3/4 of the way of getting most of these parts back into working order or replacing some parts. You're about 3/4 there when Kadeth and Forsyth come back.
So how's the repairs going, Fix?
Without even looking up. Like, he's continuing to... Like, actually, he's continuing to forge, but he looks up to talk to Kadath while he continues to forge. So... I'd say a little bit, a bit over halfway there, if all goes well.
That's good.
And this is all coming through kind of gritted teeth. And he'll mention the writing.
So she left you a message.
She did.
You'll hear from inside the orrery. Well, if she wanted to just leave you a message, did she have to do so much damage?
Well, I think
If
I may
she's
know
being-
what's going on as far as that goes.
If she was having to follow orders and she was told destroy the orrery and let no one stop you, that doesn't mean she can't leave a message, but she has to destroy the orrery.
Yeah. I think her general actions are being controlled, but not her. She still has some free will to do little bits. And it sounds like she didn't even really say anything when she was here. We were able to get Garrett back a little healthier, thanks to Forsyth. But it sounds like she just came in, started breaking the machine, and left. He tried to stop her. That's when she attacked him. But it was only because he tried to stop her. Otherwise, I don't think anyone would have gotten hurt. So, however it is that she's being controlled, at least she's not doing any more than she absolutely has to under the control.
Agreed.
Why do you speculate that she wants this machine to be destroyed, if not just to draw Fix
Well,
to a location?
what does this machine do?
It tracks the stars.
Roll me. I will let you choose, and I will go about this in some different ways. I will let you choose. You can roll me history, Fix. You can roll me history, investigation, or perception.
History.
I do have a thought, but
Can't I use intimidation instead?
No, you cannot intimidate this information.
What about persuasion?
No, you can't
too bad you
persuade
can't
the
use my
information
history
either.
roll. Too bad you can't use my history.
All right. My perception's not bad. It's a +6, but
I got a
That's
plus
not
10
bad.
in history.
oh, nice.
Yeah, good
Uh,
history.
25.
25. Okay, that's good.
I am a historian.
You have seen Garrett with the plans of the machine before. On occasion, when it needs to be, have gears replaced or it needs to be realigned or readjusted or something, you have seen Garrett pull out plans for this orrery before. It definitely tracks the movement of the stars and whatnot. That's definitely what it does on its general scale. It can be raised and lowered out of its little protective dome so that all can see it, or if it's inside and if bad weather or needs fixed or whatever, you can pull it in. But you also have seen in the plans that there is an extra part to this orrery that's encased below all of the mechanics for the orrery itself that creates a beam that goes through like a center shaft that when it's raised to its highest position, which it almost never goes, you've never seen it go to its highest position, but when it goes to its highest position, it will activate a beam that comes out of it, and you're not exactly sure. You know that it's for protection of the city, but you're not quite sure if it's a defensive weapon or more of like a shield. You're not sure, but you know it's for protection.
Is Shelly still in here?
Yeah. Yeah, she's shuffling through papers and trying to get things back in order.
Shelly, where does Garrett keep his plans for the orrery?
In his office, I would imagine. You would know where that's at.
Yeah. Then I will kind of set my tools down a moment and go see if I can fetch the plans.
All right.
And I'll ask Forsyth to join me. Because I don't feel like having to go ask for a key.
He might need some mad skills.
He needs some mad skills.
And you'll just kind of see Fix kind of think a moment, and then he's like, "Hey, Forsyth, I might need your skills." And he'll just turn.
While he goes,
Okay.
is there anything that I've read about this orrery or similar machines?
In your history of reading, you've read about orreries before and how they travel or keep track of the stars. You don't know that they move necessarily, except minorly, like, to keep it under a protective dome. You don't know of them moving really a whole lot outside of their normal rotations, simply because if they move too much, then their calculations are off. They're not showing accurate positions, per se. To someone who has precision in that, it would drive them crazy. But you've never heard of an orrery doing anything like what you saw in Osnu at the foundation stones. That orrery got fixed and it sent up a shield of some kind. So you've never heard of orreries doing that before.
I'm thinking back with that then. I want to explore around, looking at the orrery itself, looking in the surrounding area. Just close by, at least.
All right.
See if there's any signs of anything else that might make it seem like it would be similar to that one.
I will do the same thing to see if there's any similarities between the two, but I'm doing it from the inside where I'm working.
No, I'll just yell into the machine to Evangeline, hey, remember that other orrery?
All right. Roll me
That shield?
That one in
investigations. All right. You get to the office. It is indeed locked, so I'm going to need a lock picking.
I got 25 for investigation.
All right.
Am I there?
I'll look at foresight. Yeah, I asked you to come with me.
Okay, no
I
problem.
got a
will take-
23.
Okay. All right.
My sleight of hand was an unnatural 20. I rolled a 12.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
Not
Should
bad.
be higher than that. I must have. Oh wait, no, it's plus 12. I rolled an 8.
Well, therein lies the problem. All right. Kadeth and Evangeline, through your investigation around and inside the orrery, you are not seeing any of the mechanics like you did in Osnu. You're pretty sure that this is not shield generating. However, Kadeth, while you're kind of really investigating everything, you see that the sun, which is the center of the orrery, has several little minute holes throughout it, almost positioned very symmetrically like a golf ball, the little divots on a golf ball.
Right.
But they are holes. And they're smaller. They're not quite as pronounced
Right.
as a divot, but
Is there anything in any of them?
are you going to climb up and look? This is not a small machine.
Oh, this is up high or something?
Yeah, it's in the center where everything can circle around it.
Yeah, I mean, if I can climb up
Don't
safely.
go breaking the machine before we've actually fixed it.
I'm not
yet,
gonna.
Right?
I'm gonna make sure not to step on anything important, or if there's like a box nearby that I could climb up on, or a ladder or something.
I don't know if it has good grippy holes for a teeny tiny little construct.
Rhonda,
Or a
real quick,
mouse.
we're hearing like every crinkle and even hearing you chewing your ice. Hey, that.
Would you like a mouse to go in there?
Joe's going to need some headache medicine before this is over.
I'll just mute everyone. I mean, hey,
MCS.
Oh, man.
So yeah, if there's anything to climb on to make it safe to climb up there, I will look for that.
Okay. Yeah, you think you can get up there. This machine is not running at the moment because gears and everything are still being replaced.
Right.
So it's easy enough for you to climb up there to take a closer look.
Okay.
When you take a closer look and you kind of look down one of the holes very carefully, you do see in the center of this thing is a very small ball that seems to be, it's flickering, almost like with fire.
Detect magic.
Yes. There is evocation on this little ball.
Hmm.
All right. Moving to Fix and Forsyth. You managed to pick that lock with that dirty 20.
Okie dokie.
Easy enough. The lock here does not seem to be too complex or anything. Obviously, Garrett is not too concerned about anybody going into his office. The lock is for deterrent.
Yeah. What's it they say? Locks keep good people good.
Yep.
I will go in.
All right.
I'll
You
follow
go-
him just to keep him out of trouble.
All right. You go in. It's exactly as you expect. It is not any more out of disarray than what you would expect. Garrett is a little bit of doesn't put anything away. He's got paper strewn across his desk. He's got books open and pulled off of a shelf and open. He's studying various things of the stars, astrological charts, all kinds of things so that he can keep the orrery precisely on target. You've seen him do this several times, and it almost always just stays a mess in his office. As you go looking about, you do see that there is one drawer in his desk that is locked.
I will turn to Forsyth again.
Okie dokie. Forsyth will take a look at the lock and try to work his magic.
Alrighty.
Just a 28.
28. All right. You get in there and you fiddle around with it a little bit. It's a little bit more intricate of a lock. But after a minute or two, you hear the click and it's ready to go.
Success.
Success. But this one was definitely more intricate of a lock.
All right.
It is unlocked.
And I will
I
open
need
it
a
up.
15 instead of 10.
Yeah, basically. All right, you open it up. When you open it up, as you get it about this far, you will feel a jolt.
A painful jolt.
A painful jolt. For 4 points of, I guess it would be lightning damage. It's electric. Na 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 na.
Did I take that damage too, or?
No, you did not. It wasn't on the lock.
Yeah, see, I'm a person of the land and ground.
Is it continuing, or was it like a one-time jolt?
No, it was a one-time jolt.
I'll look to Forsyth. Remember to have me help him upgrade his security. Or at least that. And I'll continue opening
I'll
it.
try to remember that.
All right, you open it up and you do see folded in there, like map folded in there, a paper, a fairly large parchment is map folded and set in there.
Just this one piece of paper?
Just this one piece of paper.
All right, I'll take it out and I'll look for any sort of hidden compartments or anything before I
Okay.
move on.
You do your investigation. Knock.
19.
Knock. 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 You check out various parts of the drawer and whatnot. There are no hidden compartments in this drawer.
Okay. I'll take a piece of paper off his desk, write a note. Get better security. I'll lay it down and
Lay it down.
and I'll sign it. Yeah, get better security. Fix. And lay it down in the drawer.
All right.
Fix your security.
And then I'll take it out to the orrery.
Okay. You take it out to where everybody else is.
Do I see Kadath climbing on it?
You do see Kadath standing in the middle of it looking at the sun orb. Right closely.
If you break it before I can fix it.
I'm not breaking it. I'm finding something interesting.
Well, that's why I went to go get the plans.
Yeah, there's a little ball in here that has some evocation magic on it. You remember that last orrery we were messing with and the shield it created?
Yes.
I think this might do the same thing. Although through different means.
Unless it's going to do some sort of like fire shield that's going to destroy anything that touches it, evocation's typically more of a punch you in the face magic than a shield you magic.
Oh, that's true. So maybe it's a weapon.
Yeah.
Either way,
I'll spread out the plans on the ground and start looking over them.
All right. You open it up. It opens up fairly large. You see an entire sketch of the orrery itself, kind of up in the upper, I don't know, left corner of it. Then it kind of has like a little box around the sun orb, and expanded throughout the rest of this map. You see in the sun orb is a drawing of another orb inside of it that is just labeled source. And then you'll see some drawings down below it that goes beneath the base that says energy. And below that, you see where it says energy, you see that it's a gemstone, a drawing of it like a gemstone. So there's a gemstone that powers this orb. And And the orb has fire next to it.
I'm gonna fold it back up. I'll look to Kadath and I'll be like, "Where was Garrett again?"
He's in the infirmary.
Before I make educated guesses, I want to give him a chance to answer my questions. Would you all like to join?
Sure.
Sure.
I told him you'd probably be by soon enough.
Probably was hoping for well wishes instead of these sorts of questions.
Did you finish the machine?
We're almost there.
And
Okay.
not quite. You figure probably another 2 hours worth of work or so. You'll be able to get it up and running.
Another 2 hours or so, but I want questions before I turn something on that could destroy the world or make pancakes. I don't know.
Only
That's
if they're
fair.
bacon.
Maybe it's just a giant roaster.
Yes. I'll go to the infirmary.
It's a microwave beam.
It's a microwave beam.
Cooks things
Used
at a
to make
distance.
those the coffee mug cakes.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
they just cook things from a mile away. It's okay.
Precision microwaving.
Or like in Real Genius where they use the satellite laser to make popcorn.
Oh yeah, that is
Exactly.
great to see.
Evangeline,
Yes.
are you staying at the orrery or are you going to follow them to the infirmary?
Is the orrery still have messed up parts on it?
Yes, you got about another 2 hours worth of work on it.
I'll stay and work.
Okay, you're going to continue to work. All right.
Somebody's got to do the work.
And it ain't gonna be
Otherwise,
me.
it's going to be a 3-hour job.
I made like 12 parts already. Calm down. I'll be back.
All right. You head out to the infirmary. You will find Garrett. He's sitting up in bed. He seems to be eating some food.
Are you enjoying the Jello?
I mean, it's
It's hospital food.
Exactly.
better than not eating, I suppose.
Clerics are not known for their cooking skills.
No.
I've got a few that were.
There you go. My next character, a cleric who happens to be a chef.
Who actually can cook.
Hayward's handy
Bag of
what, a
spices.
spice pouch. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the spice pouch.
yeah. I had a cleric with that.
He says it could be better, sure, but it's good to see you back, Fix. Are you?
I wish I could say it's good to be back, but it seems there were a confrontation with my sister.
From what I've seen, that's just meeting her.
Yeah, well, I don't know what got into her or what
Well, I
she
can
got
tell you-
into.
I can tell you now she was not herself. And it was not of her own free will.
Oh, that's good to know. She definitely didn't act herself.
I've got a little bit of work to do on the orrery still. Evangeline is in there continuing to work, but I had some questions.
Sure.
And I'll lift the plans up so you can see them.
Oh. Those kind of questions. He
Yes,
kind of
you're-
looks beyond you.
Your zap, I've had worse from dragging my feet over carpet, by the way.
Well, I did what I could. I'm not an arcanist.
I think we might be able to do better.
It would be perfectly fine by me. This is, do you have specific questions about that? We may want to shut the door.
I'm guessing Kadath or Forsyth's near the door.
I'll reach
I'll
back
just kinda
and
look.
close the door.
Yeah, I generally don't stand in doorways. I move aside.
Yeah.
I'll shut the door and stand with
Stand in
leaning
front of it.
against it. So
I have
Good
a
luck
question. So
opening it.
why don't you tell me the answers you don't want me to ask questions about first?
Well, I mean, I don't mind. You found the plans. I'm assuming you already looked at it. And there's
Yes.
got a lot more detail on there than just those drawings that
Mhm.
I said. There's dimensions and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
But if you found them and you've already read them, ask your questions. I will give you the answers. I mean, you've always been a very valued employee and you've always done right by me. I have no reason to not trust you.
and I
What
saw
does it
your
do?
little fireball generator.
Eh, you're about spot on for that. What does it do? When Rarmon comes under attack, we ensure its safety by lifting the machine high enough to go beyond the city, and we can pinpoint targets.
What's the range?
That's
Probably
where we
not.
cook the food.
What's the range? I don't know. How big is Rarmon? 400 feet.
How big
500
is
feet?
Rarmon?
I don't know. It's big enough to go beyond Rarmon.
Okay, like 400 or 500 feet. I'm
1,000 feet. Does that
because
sound
a
better?
football field is 300.
Oh
feet.
yeah, it's 100. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I
Rarmon's a
gotta
pretty
remember
big
that.
city, so
Rarmon's a
you're
pretty big
probably
city.
talking more like a couple
We're
miles.
talking,
Yeah.
a couple miles. Yeah, you're right.
Like Rarmon's probably a couple miles across.
I have never been strong with my distances, even in school.
Far enough. All right.
Far enough. Couple of miles.
Who all knows of this?
Well, it would be myself, you now, and the I can't find her name. The ruler of the Pathian Empire. Patharan Empire. I have to find her name. I can't find her name. Oh, the young Empress Shaladian the Third.
And is there anybody else that could know of this?
No. Well, I mean, could, sure, if, she's maybe shared it with an advisor or something of that nature, but it strongly encouraged that it's kept to a very minimal. So it cannot be used outside of protection of Rarmon.
What was the other main city that had an Ori, but with the shield? What was it? Oh God, I'm blanking.
The one that we fixed?
We fixed 2 or 3 now.
Yeah, the one you're thinking of is Osnu.
Yeah,
Osnu.
Osnu.
And then the one that's now in another plane.
That's Saji.
Saji. Was this linked with the Oris in Osnu or Saji?
Eric kind of cocks his head a little bit. Those are ancient city names that I have not heard for some time. I don't believe they're connected.
Could it
I
be
don't
the same
know.
architect?
I mean, they do have a similar design. I mean, that's kind of where I got the design for the orrery to begin with. Was studying some ancient architecture, but I've never linked it, or I wouldn't even know how, to be fair.
Well, I think that someone may be planning an attack. And that is why this was taken out.
That would make sense.
And nothing was stolen.
Well, not that I'm aware of. Shelley might know more than me. I mean, I woke up here.
I'll over our earwigs ask Evangeline to ask Shelley if anything was taken.
Hey, Shelley, was anything taken?
No. I mean, she just came in and then busted the orrery and unfortunately hurt Garrett too. No, she left out of here with nothing in hand.
And she only came into the orrery that you know of, in here.
Yes.
How
I
do we
relay
get
that
to
back.
Thank you, Evangeline. How do we get to the energy source?
You have to lift the orrery almost to its full height. Once you lift it up that far, you will see underneath the main casing, that main casing where all the gears and stuff for the orrery does lift, and you'll be able to get down into.
And there's no other way to get to it.
No.
Okay.
Are there any gaps?
By my design.
Are there any gaps that lead down there that might be, say, mouse-sized or smaller?
I don't think so. No. I mean, it's pretty self-contained there. I mean the gem that was used to power this. Okay, I lied. There is a mage out there. Mage. The mage's name is Theon. He's the one that helped me set this up. Theon. So he knows about this.
Where is he?
Last I heard, he's gotten it. He's gotten a bit of a wild hair and decided to join the circus. I just why he wanted to. I have
the circus.
No idea.
Keeps coming back to the circus.
It's easy enough for him to do, I suppose. Illusions and such.
Sounds like he's clowning around.
Fix.
Yeah, you got that right.
Fix. I think those repairs need to get done quickly so we can start getting over to that circus. Sounds like we've got multiple things leading us there.
It does. So I'll look to Garrett and I'll say, actually, let me check something. Do I have that? I do not. I'll look at him and I'll say, I hope you feel better soon. I lift up the plans and I say, I'm going to keep these.
Well, as long as there's no damage to the... Well, there's no damage to it. I can guarantee that. If there had been damage to that, we wouldn't be fixing an orrery. You'd have a crater.
Probably a good thing we don't send a mouse down there, Kadath.
Well, I was thinking more of TCC, or TTC, or whatever it's called.
TTC. Teeny tiny construct.
TTTC.
Triple TC.
Yes. Today, June. Oh. Okay. I'll get back to work. What time is it?
You got there in the morning. It's maybe pushing lunch, 11.
Okay. I'll continue working on the orrery. Kadath, can you grab us a meal? We'll have lunch and then we'll head out.
I will. One or two things I want to check on first, but yeah, I'll do that.
That's fine.
All right.
I'll give Garrett a hug and then I will go back to work.
All right.
Before I leave the room, I want to ask Garrett, do you know if there are any members of the Order of Truth in this city?
Oh, yes. There is a temple right next door to the infirmary, actually.
Very well.
That has a priest there, and of course, their little entourage, servants, etc., students, trainings.
Of course. Thank you.
Absolutely. Be careful.
Always.
Whatever you're doing.
Oh. What else was I? Oh, also, do you know if there are any members of the Order of Balance here?
The Order of Balance? That I don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll just head back to the orrery.
All right. Eventually, the group gets back into the orrery just as you're kind of putting on the last part that Fix has forged, and you need him to forge a few more parts.
What was that?
I said Evangeline's done putting the parts in that you've already forged. She needs more.
I'll go over to the forge and I'll pick up the hammer and I look at her and I go, I bang it with this, right?
Where's the start button?
And for about 30 seconds, I'll start hammering extremely slowly. Like, clang.
I'm going to go out for a cup of coffee.
And I just smirk and I get to work. I can roll again if you want, for forging again if you want.
No, I think you're good. That 30 will cover it.
All right.
Before I leave to go find food, I'm going to tell Evangeline there are members of your old order nearby. So do with that what you will, but I know that we're not necessarily 100% trusting them at the moment.
I slip back into the...
I'll just hang out in here.
I'll just be in here. I'll just be in here waiting for the parts. It's okay.
But as untrusting as they may be in general, there's a possibility that they could come in handy for protecting this orrery in the future.
I am sure that if they reached out, the Order of Truth would do such.
Probably. I just figured you ought to know. And then I'll go ahead and head to get us all some food.
All right. Forsyth.
See.
This is the town that Skyla is stationed at. Well, tends
Right.
to do all of her stuff in. Did you want to hunt her down?
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
hit the streets and do some inquiries.
All right.
Are you going out and doing that alone?
Yeah, it's better if I do.
Okay.
If they smell a cop on you right away.
If that's said near Biggs, he'll look up and say, he's not wrong.
I tried the mercenary odor, but I didn't like it as much.
Mercenary doesn't work with his body chemistry, okay?
Yeah.
All right. You go walking through Rarmon. It doesn't take long for you to start recognizing some of the symbols that would lead you to more of an underground presence.
Right.
And so you make your way down through there and you start inquiring, chatting with a few people. Yeah. They pick up pretty quickly that you are meant to be there because they will hand gesture and speak in a thief's cant that you pick up on and respond in quite fluently. And and so they bring you on in.
I speak jive.
You speak jive.
Hand drive.
Hand jive.
What? You've never seen the movie Airplane? Yeah.
Yes, a very long time ago.
Yeah.
A while.
Yeah, June Cleaver is the one who said she speaks jive.
So, after making a couple of inquiries, they will direct you to an area that has several doors. They let you know that Skyla tends to work out of down the hall, second door on the right.
Straight on till morning.
Straight on till morning.
Yeah. Nor do I want them to be putting a shiv in my ribs. So I will first do the honorary thing and have a drink before I go down there.
That is good. You get a drink. You sit and you watch, listen, keep an eye on things. You do pick up on, and I'm just going to give this to you because you're familiar with these type of areas. You do pick up on the guards. Every thief underground has guard presence.
Right. A protective element.
Yeah, a protective element. Mostly to keep the peace. They're not going to stop each other from picking pockets. They figure, if a thief tries to pick the pocket of another thief, they deserve what's coming to them.
Right.
So, they're not too concerned about that, but they're mostly concerned about large ruckus, group on group, and people coming in with the cops. Things of that nature. And then, of course, anybody who has a grudge against some of the higher ups that run the place.
I get that.
So you do pick up on those.
Are and all that.
Yep. So you get a pretty good feel of the place. For the most part, everybody here is pretty laid back, not too concerned. They have kind of the easy life here.
Okay. After a while, when everybody goes back to their normal activity, because having anyone new there is kind of start getting nervous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pique interest a bit.
I'm going to act as though I'm going to the short drop. And head on towards Skyla's supposed office.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you managed to move about. You're not noticing anybody like following you or anything. So.
As I get down into the darkness of the hallway, I'm going to change into a half-orc.
Okay.
So that no one realizes I'm the same person as I was.
That works. You pretty sure that you managed to do that without anybody watching, so.
Right. Not my first rodeo.
Nope. All right. So you head to the door?
Right.
All right. Do you knock or do you open?
I will lightly tap on the door.
All right. You tap on the door. After just a few seconds or so, the door will open. You will notice that the person opening the door it is human and is you notice right away that they're opening the door for you, for visual, for, those kind of things. This is definitely not Skyla. This seems to be somebody in service to her.
Right.
Whether it be an apprentice or through some kind of bargain or deal, you're not really sure. But this person opens the door. It's a male. Opens the door and kind of startles a little bit at the half orc standing outside the door, and then kind of steps aside. You see a table. It's kind of long ways in the room, like you're seeing the long side of it. Its face is facing you, and you see Skyla sitting on the other side. She is very small in stature. She very indistinguished features. Average hair, average skin tone. Like, she is average as average can be. She can blend into a crowd really easily, and you can see that immediately. Her small stature makes her look childlike. She's not a child, but it does make her look childlike. And just looking at her, when you open the door and you see her, you know immediately why she is the runner.
Right. And having been small and run, yeah. I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do when I walk in, I'm going to just say something not loud enough for her to hear, maybe the guy, but so what? And I'm going to detect thoughts.
Okay.
On
Yeah,
her.
no, he is still a little taken aback, a little intimidated by the half orc walking into the room.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, for her. Yeah, that's a 14.
15.
Ah, okay. All right, surface thoughts immediately are, how on earth, or how in Numenera, did a half-orc make their way to Rarmon? That's the first thought that like flies through her head that you catch really quickly.
I understand. Now you know why the form.
Yep. She kind of looks at you for a moment and says, "Come. Do you have business here in Rarmon? What can I do for you?"
What do I see her general intent as here?
You see that she is just super curious. She's not sure why you're there. She's not sure who you work for. Like, she does not see half orcs in her job, like what she does. She doesn't see half orcs. It's very unusual in the Steadfast to see a half orc.
Do I sense any other thoughts coming in this room? Hidden people.
No, just the other person at the door.
Okay, no
It's just the
problem.
two of them.
I pose you no threat, but I would ask that your assistant depart so we can talk.
My assistant is privy to most of my business, but
I have no doubt that he is. I also have no desire to share with him. I have no desire to hurt you.
very
If
well.
I did, he would have died first.
That he would have. She says without hesitation. He would have died first. She will kind of motion to him, and you'll see him kind of give her a side glance and then step out and close the door behind him.
Okay, I'm going to spend a moment actually studying her in case I decide to scry later.
Okay.
And I will I will sit down.
All right.
I will act nonchalant, but that doesn't mean I'm not menacing.
Yeah, you're rather just being of a half-orc stature is a little intimidating.
Right. Despite the ill-fitting robe. Anyway.
Yes, despite the ill-fitting cloak.
Recently, an item came into your hands. An item which belongs to a relative of a friend of mine. And I need to find out some information here. First, who asked for the item? And second, the current disposition or known disposition of the item. We're talking about an arrow pendant, right?
Dagger.
Dagger.
Close. You were close. A dagger pendant.
Dagger pendant, yeah.
It was a weapon and it was a pendant. Yeah, you got that part.
Yeah. Hey, it's been a week. I mean, I'm surprised I got that much. Anyway, on we go. Yeah, arrow or a dagger pendant, which, by the way, is an heirloom to a family and should not have left that family. But I don't blame you for that because I know that you weren't the one that took it.
No.
But it came into your possession. And from there, I have no idea where it is, and I'm tracking it. So, who asked you to get it? And to whom did you deliver it?
I generally know not who it comes from or the person to which it goes, how they procure it. I merely take it. I'm the post office.
Yes, you're the delivery man. I understand that. But you still delivered it somewhere.
I did. I cannot tell you who procured it. Or to who it belongs to, though I have my speculations.
I know who it
originally belonged to.
I know who that is. That's not the information I seek. I seek who has it.
But I can tell you that I have delivered it to Weirfall.
Weirfall, okay. And to whom in Weirfall did you deliver it?
I delivered it to a rather imposing gentleman, as I always deliver these goods to in Weirfall, by the name of Ishuto.
Ishuto, okay. Where in Weirfall might I find this Ishuto?
Probably not in Weirfall. He only comes into Weirfall for such deliveries.
Much like you go other places to pick things up and take them other places.
Yes.
I understand that. Okay. Do you know where he operates out of?
He is Lady Gera's personal guard.
Ah, that actually makes sense. Confirms a lot of things. I've met her. I won't say it's the most pleasant of meetings, but anyway.
Yeah, I'd rather deal with Ishuto.
I guarantee she'll remember who I am.
I mean, once you meet a half-orc, you kind of don't forget that one.
Yeah, she tried to take something of mine, and that didn't work out well for her. So.
Well.
This is not going to work out well for her either, but the fact that we met, the fact that you've provided this information for me, it goes no further than this room. It goes no further than your lips. Or I return, and if I return, it will not be a good thing.
Hey, the fact that I just shared this information with you, I'm more than happy to keep secret.
Yes, that's good on both parts because But let's face it, Lady Kira, she would not like it. I would
No.
not like it. So no matter who you tell, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So let's keep this between us. How long ago was this?
It's been a while now. Probably 2 weeks.
Okay, that gives me a working time frame. And I would imagine Ashuto's already back in Weirfall, so I think that might be my next stop. All right, I appreciate your time. And as usual, Forsyth being the type of person he is, we'll flip a gold piece onto the desk, and he will take his leave.
Very well. Have a good day, sir.
Always. And as he goes and tries and catches the guy listening at the door.
He is standing next to the door. He's not like leaning into the door or anything, but he is standing next to the door.
He heard my feet shuffle. I get that, yeah.
May have.
You may go back in. And as he goes back in, I'm going to shut the door behind me. And I'm going to become a smaller human again.
All right.
So that my cloak fits nicely now.
All right.
And I'm going to go back into the bar, and I'm going to actually have another drink.
All right. You're going to have another drink. After a little bit of time, I don't know, how long are you going to stay there?
About an hour.
Okay. Because you know this,
I'm
they've got
interested in
some time.
seeing comings and goings.
Yep. All right. You see some comings and goings of just various people, but after a little bit of time, you will see Skyla leave with the gentleman following behind her. She heads out. She seems to be on business.
I will follow.
All right.
As soon as I get into a place I can change form, I will become an eagle, and I will follow.
All right. As you follow her, you follow her through a few tunnels and whatnot, and then she exits out to the city, where you can then fly overhead. As you fly overhead, you see her go down several little alleys, and between buildings and such, she meets up with another gentleman who seems to be handing her a package. And she takes the package. They exchange a couple of words, just a few words, and she nods, takes a little bit of money from him, and heads back toward what looks like to be back down into the underground.
2 questions. Do I recognize the guy? And second, what's the size of the package?
The size of the package is small. It's like a little bit bigger than a softball.
An orb.
Well, I mean, maybe.
Could be.
It's not exactly orb shaped or box shaped. It seems to be roughly packaged, almost like you would package a roll of socks or something. It's kind of how you would wrap a roll of socks. It's not got perfect shape, but it's about that size. And the guy, no, you don't recognize him at all.
Okay. What does she do with the package?
She tucks it.
Is she holding it in her hands?
Oh no, she tucks it up under her cloak. You know how thieves work. They don't want to be caught with anything.
Right. I'll continue following her, but I'm going to look for an opportunity.
Okay. You're going to try to snatch the package?
Yeah.
Okay. As an eagle, or are you going to wait for...
I'm going to stay as an eagle as long as I can.
Okay. All right.
But I'm a giant eagle. Therefore... And she's a small person.
She's a small person, yeah. All right, roll me your... she's going to make it to a larger street where you can swoop in and not hit any buildings or anything.
Right.
She makes it to a street. So you're gonna swoop in.
I'm going to swoop in, and I'm going to pick her up.
Okay. Roll me a grapple then for the eagle.
That's a strength
And
check.
yep, it's a strength check. And you can roll it with advantage because she's totally not expecting.
Understand that.
You can also use athletics
Oh.
if you've got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
I
the
can use
eagle
that.
has athletics, yeah, you can use
Yeah.
that.
Okay, hold on a second. Because I didn't roll athletics there. I just rolled strength, which would give me a +1 more, I think, for athletics. No, the eagle doesn't have athletics.
Okay. Then you're not going to use
Foresight
that.
does, but no.
Yeah.
I'll just use the 16 that I rolled.
All right. She manages, even though you come down, and you kind of get her in your claws. Yeah, and she starts to lift up, and she like totally freaks out, and she wiggles. She rolled like a 20 on her dexterity. She wiggles really fast and gets out of it. But in the process of wiggling out, the package does come loose and is now on the ground.
Well, then I'm swooping back, and I'm just grabbing the package and flying off.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna beat her to the package because she rolled horribly that time.
I have an 80 flying speed.
Yeah, she gets up and she starts looking around about the time you swoop around because she realizes she doesn't have it anymore. You swoop around and you swoop down and you grab that package. It's easy enough to pick up. It's not a...
And I go high.
All right. You go high and you disappear. And she's like,
disappear. I'm going to fly. I'm going to fly a good mile or two outside of the city.
all right.
Find some woodlands and land in the woodlands.
All right. You land there.
And I will revert form and open the package.
All right. You open up the package. You see in this package is a... it's small. Let me see if I can find it.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm doing what Foresight does.
Mhm.
Taking
Yeah.
things that aren't mine.
Taking things that aren't yours.
Steal from the thieves.
Steal from the thief. And right now they're looking for an eagle. That eagle got that package. What the heck? Okay. Let me flip back here so I can describe it to you. You find in this package, if I could remember my alphabet, I'll find it faster. There it is.
Comes before Z. Just remember that.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. And everything else kind of falls between somewhere.
Yeah, in some
I was
random
for
order.
E, stepped after C.
All right. You find in this there is 3 discs. Just kind of looking at it, you can recognize, because this is a pretty common item that you've seen throughout the steadfast and whatnot. You've seen them like on people on occasion. These discs adhere to your stomach and will feed you for 6 days, feeling no effect from not eating and preventing you from being able to overeat. And it also gives you advantage on Constitution saves. It's a one-time use. Why she was transporting this, you're not quite sure, but it's a pretty common cipher is what it is. And I do not have it in D&D Beyond. It's called a sustenance implant.
Okay.
Is that like a ring of...
It's kind of like a ring of sustenance, yeah. Only it's only good for 6 days.
Okay. I have that all written down.
And you have 3 of them.
All right. Interesting item. Okay. That's payment for being a part of this conspiracy. And I will return
All
on
right.
foot to the town,
All right.
looking like a lowly beggar, basically,
All right.
and make my way to our lodging so
All
I
right.
can meet with the rest.
That would be at the Orrery. So, while Forsyth is gone, Forsyth slipped out. You figure he's probably gone to talk to Skyla. He's gone for a little while, a good hour and a half to 2 hours. Anything you want to do while he's gone, other than continue to work on the Orrery?
I went and got food for them, but that's it.
That's right. All right. About Cadeth comes in with some food just as you're kind of finishing up the last part, getting it in there, getting everything organized, double checking everything before you kind of bring it back to life. And Forsyth walks in shortly after Cadeth. And roll me an I will let you choose intelligence or wisdom on this. Fix. Or you can defer it to Evangeline if you'd like, because Evangeline's been working on this orrery now to make sure everything gets into position in order to start this orrery and have it not be off.
Gotcha. Let me see. So, like an intelligence or wisdom save, or like
It's
insight?
It's a straight check. I would let you use investigation or history. And Fix, you can actually do this with advantage because you work with the orrery and your sorcerer background. Because it's kind of like a clock. It works like a clock.
Okay.
Timekeeping and such.
Yeah. So you said investigation or history?
Yeah.
Could I do perception instead?
No, because this requires intelligence, really. Hey, you get advantage.
Right, but on those I've got a total of a +1 on both of them. So I did well though. I did a 19.
Oh, well, see, that's fine. You did well. You managed to get all of the pieces in the right place, and you get it to where it's kind of moving just slightly when you tell Evangeline to kick it on. She kicks it on, and it begins to move on its own. You see the gears starting to work, and you have managed to put together the orrery again.
Okay.
And fairly accurately, too.
And on the last piece before that I forged for it, I would have taken a little bit of extra time and inscribed a little cog on the cog.
All right. Leaving symbols.
Yep.
All right. The machine kind of hums to life. You hear the clicking and the ticking and whatnot coming from it. It's a very comforting sound for you, Fix. You grew up here working on it, helping Garrett realign it and all of that. You think all that training and teaching and apprenticeship paid off. Look at that. You did it.
It worked. Yay. And then I would go and eat, because at this point I'd probably be hungry.
Yes, you're probably ravished. All right. Forsyth comes in.
hey, look at these. Dinner for 6 days.
I don't know about. I don't have a taste for metal, but if you like
They're
it,
they stick to your belly. And anyway, I stole them off of Skyla after I talked to her, but she doesn't know it was me. You know, eagle and all. In the meantime, I found out that a henchman of she who shall not be named came to Weirfall to take the dragon or the dagger pendant possession, to take it to she who shall not be named. This happened about 2 weeks ago, so we know
so
where
about
she
the
is.
well, we know where she was.
Yeah, we know where she was. Well, we know where she lives. Chances are
Yes,
that's where she's going to keep anything like that.
perhaps. I
But
do not feel that we are prepared to
comprehend. My mission was
siege her
to
fortress. Yes.
my
No,
my mission was
I
to
appreciate
validate the suspicion. So we now know who has it. We probably know why. As to getting it back, that's another story altogether. We can sneak in, or I can sneak in, but
I think there's more at play here. And I think that from what Garrett said and all the other information we have, the circus needs to be our next stop. There's too much that is leading us there. And I'll look to the others for their input.
Yeah, we need to go find this circus. I think we're going to find a lot of answers there.
At the very least, we know where this is if when it comes time to tracking it back down.
I think at the very least, like you said, yes. But also at the very least, we've confirmed, without a shadow of a doubt, who has taken it.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
So, all right. Circuses are fun. Well, at least for me. Maybe not for the caged animals.
All right. Feeling refreshed, gathering some additional information. Where do you go? Do you just head out of Vermont?
Yeah. Having been here previously for a significant amount of time, would I know where we might be able to get some expedited travel?
Why, yes. I think the last time you were in Rarmon, somebody teleported you to Farbron.
Well, see if they can get us to Orilla.
So do you go and approach? I don't remember if I gave them a name or not. I feel like I did, but I would have to dig for it. All right. So you go to Rarmont, or you go to a mage here in Rarmont, who has teleported you before. When asking, do you wish to go to Orilla, or do you wish to go to the circus, or
I would ask him if he by chance knew where we could find the circus.
He says it's outside of Orilla, usually. Sometimes it's some distance outside of Orilla, but crowds and such, they don't necessarily want it to be downtown. But I could send you to where I believe it to be.
Oh, that maybe a little bit further away from it, not quite in the middle, but nearby would be great. Kadath,
Yeah.
you were saying something?
No, that works.
All right. All right then. I will. Oh, yes. No. Okay.
Oh, real quick. Right now, do we want
Oh,
to
no
take a
name.
break?
Okay. Yes, we will take a break in just a moment. I want to get you two out of here. I want to
Okay.
get you out of Roman. The mage sets up the circle, gets you all set up, kind of gives you a final look, make sure you're ready, puts on the last sigil, and you guys get through the teleportation, and you find yourselves just outside. You can see Orilla like skyline far distant. Like you've got almost a day's travel at least to get to Orilla. But you find yourselves standing just outside of a farm and you see several rather large moths floating around the field. Some of them landing down on the field and then up and then down, kind of like a bee does from flower to flower to flower. You see these moths kind of doing this out in the field. You hear the buzzing of their wings, but that is all you hear. And we're going to take a break now to set that up.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Ready as I'm gonna be today.
Yep.
And we're back. All right.
Welcome
So
back.
during the break, Evangeline started discussing a
Babbling.
bit of a logic and timing discussion. So I'll let her recap for the stream.
Okay. According to Gavian, Lady Gara left her castle, went to Weirfall. Oh no, I've got it backwards. She went from Weirfall to Thrice. And then made her way down. And once she left Farbron, oh, that's even more intriguing.
Would you
Oh
like
my
to share
gosh.
with the class?
Yes. Gara left Weirfall and went to Thrice.
Okay.
After Thrice, she went to Sturthral.
Earthral? I don't know. Let me look.
It's south of
Yes.
Thrice. Yes.
Sturthal.
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 And then after that, she went to Rarmon. Then she went to Farbron. And according to Gavian, he believes that Farbron is where she met up with Gidna. And then from Farbron, she went back to Weirfall to her castle.
Okay.
Or back to her castle north of Weirfall. And then she traveled to the Westwood where he lost track of her.
Okay.
If she met up with Gidna in Farbron and went straight to her castle, if they went together, then Gidna went to Rarmon without Gara. I think what I'm saying is that we have a direction of travel for Gara, but we know the necklace, the pendant, Gidna's pendant, went from Thrice. It came into Thrice. I don't remember from where, or if I even know that. But after that, it left Thrice with Skyla and went to Rarmon. Where it was picked up by Gira's. It wasn't in Rarmon?
Skyla
Okay.
took it to Weirfall.
Oh, Skyla took it to Weirfall. Okay.
I thought she took it somewhere else.
She took it to Weirfall and gave it to
Okay.
Ishuto.
Yeah, I know she gave it to Ishuto.
So many moving pieces.
And if Gavian is correct and Gidna met up with Gara in Farbron,
What's your hypothesis here? Is what I'm trying to.
my hypothesis is Gidna and Gara are not traveling together.
Oh, I doubt. I don't think that she'd need to. It would draw too much attention.
Gidna was
Gira's-
in Farbron or in Rarmon, maybe not of her own accord, but by herself.
Could be, or with somebody of lesser renown that wouldn't be recognized.
Possibly.
Because if she who will not be named was to come into town, that would bring more eyes than if just Gidna and another of lesser renown were there. Or the possibility if Gidna is traveling with her, that she is in disguise somehow. There are some
What's
I
the
looked at Forsyth
possibility?
that can change their
of-
appearance.
What's the possibility? What's the possibility if Gidna still has a pendant around her neck? It's just not hers.
Are you saying that it is a counterfeit that's being used to control her?
Possibly.
It's possible.
What I'm trying to figure out is a purpose.
For
All of this to be happening.
because she is a horrible person.
Makes sense to try to find a porpoise because this is fishy.
But
At a minimum,
She's
she's trying to seek vengeance on us.
She has taken items of all of our past.
But I think there may be more to it than that, honestly.
Gavian said he thinks she's got dual purpose. Was that Gavian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was like, was that Gavian or was that Mother?
No, that was Gavian. Mother's not saying much.
Mother's not saying much. Either way, she who shall not be named traveled through another city that we haven't been to, I don't think. Have we ever been to that city?
You have not. Or
Which
at least
city?
not collectively. Sturthal. Now you have me doing it. Sturthal. It's kind of halfway between Rarmon and Thrice. It's the city on the crevice.
We have not
crevasse.
been there as a group because I don't have that in my list of cities we've traveled to. However, she did go through there. And Gavian lost track of her in the Westwood.
Yep.
I think all in due time, she will try to seek her revenge against Thix and his compatriots.
You mean yourself?
Yes.
Band of misfits.
If I had to put somebody in the second place slot, it would probably be me. But then again, I'm not sure she knows that I'm the one who created the chalice.
I think the best way to stop this is to get more information, and I think the circus is where we do that.
Definitely, we need to go to the circus. To which I must add, to the best of our knowledge, she hasn't been to yet.
Maybe we get ahead of her.
That we know of.
That we know of, you're right.
But at
Because-
a minimum, there are other connections there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
She has plenty of people to do her bidding. Because while my brother may have been tracking her, was he tracking her mage? True.
But I believe that we were told once by somebody that she rarely travels anywhere without her entourage. As a matter of fact, I think she might have said something about it.
Well, either she didn't travel without them and simply stayed in her keep, or she lied. Or she took another form to not draw attention.
Do you think she can change form?
I think that there are magics that allow such things with ease.
Do you think that she is of those proclivities, or do you think that it is her?
Well, at the very
Mage.
least, she is a collector of items, and there are definitely items that could do such things. Meta, I could name a few, but Fix, I don't know that he would know the names of them.
There's the I want to be somebody different today potion.
Mhm.
There is the
I mean, Meta would be easy as a hat of disguise.
yeah.
I think I'm beginning to possibly, maybe, I'm a slow mover. Thinking I'm beginning to agree with Fix. Possibly Gidna, it's not Gidna. All the time.
Well, she told us that.
Gidna told you that?
In the message.
Yeah, but she would have had what? Well, but that was your secret code. She would have had to have write that, right?
Joe has an idea. I don't know if Fix would think of it. I don't know if Fix would know of these things.
Which things?
Doppelgangers.
Oh, yeah, no, Fix would not know of doppelgangers. That's for sure.
With foresight?
Maybe.
I mean, at a minimum, you can
roll
take
me
on
a
the appearance of
history.
somebody else. So
Yeah, you could take on an appearance.
But you can take on their appearance, but can you take on their memories?
No.
No, I only got
You-
a 13.
13. You're not
Straight
really
roll.
sure. Yeah, you're not really sure. You've heard of Forsyth. You have heard like boogeyman stories, in essence, of people who can replace you, kind of like the lore of, like, I think it's Irish, of changelings kind of thing. That where somebody can completely replace you, but oftentimes those stories are generally of a, good golly, what are they barking at?
Alex is home,
Wrong tree.
Oh,
and it was just Ziggy.
oh gosh.
Not even in the door yet.
Sheesh.
Hush.
So, but you have heard of like boogeyman under the bed kind of stories of such creatures, but generally it happens to children. So there's not a whole lot of memory to replace or copy or anything like that. You're not sure of like a full-grown adult with experiences and skills and things like that. You're not really sure about that.
Understood.
I would ask the party. As an artificer, obviously, I duplicated the item and all of its attributes. Is it possible even to do that to a living being, a living thing, a person?
Theoretically.
The chalice had all the attributes of the original, all of its properties, all of its magic.
There are some
If you-
spells out there.
If you hadn't already used your stones, I'd say ask my brother.
It won't be long.
Another 12 hours or so. Those are once every 24 hours.
Once a day.
Yeah, it's once every 24 hours.
Is it every 24 hours or is it like
it recharges at dawn.
Dawn? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like 1 right now, so like 16 hours or so.
I will ask him. I will spend the night formulating my 25 words.
You see Fix get a big wide grin on his face. I could ask him.
You're still connected, I think.
It's been more than 24 hours at this point.
Oh, has it been more than 24 hours?
I don't know if you need to waste it on that at the moment.
Because I was thinking you did it in the evening for some reason.
No, it was
okay.
in the early.
It was in the
If
early.
we wait till dawn,
If that's the only question, I wouldn't waste your ability on that.
because you
It
connect
also-
for the full 24 hours.
Yes.
What if you need to connect to somebody else
Exactly.
that I
Well,
won't be able to connect to because I can connect to Gavian with the stone?
Well, then I may die and miss the chance to say that I drove my brother crazy for 24 hours.
Again.
Again.
Yes, but now this would be purely mental.
Well, I'm not in the position to tell you who you can connect your brain to and who you can't.
Wait,
I'm not your mother.
did the mage come with us when he teleported us? Okay, so he just did send us, not a teleport us with him type thing. Okay. Well,
He did a sending spell with people.
yeah.
I say let's go find the circus and take care of what we're here for. And then
But in
get
the
those
meantime, we have
questions
moths.
answered later.
Yeah. This is
What's
this
with
is
the moths?
You are seeing moths in this field. They seem to be eating the crops of the field.
Oh,
Fix, you would be aware of this being from Rorman. Forsyth, you're probably aware of this as well. A lot of the fields in Malay are fields of what's called nachi, or just notch. Sometimes they just call it notch. Let me see where it's at. Well, where did I write it? It's not in there. Let me see if I wrote it on the other page. There it is. That lot of the farms around here are notch, and it is a huge collection of an export. It is a spice that all of the steadfasts you can find it just about anywhere. But that is Malay's #1 export is Nosh. So there's a lot of farms around, especially around Orilla, and other major cities where it's an easy transport to export this crop. But unfortunately, Notch is also a highly rich food for these moths.
How many
And
of them do we see?
They can tear up a field pretty quickly. You see 5.
Okay.
Are they known to be vicious?
If left alone, they will do their business. A lot of farmers will attack them if they try to come onto the farm, but oddly, this farm is fairly quiet.
So are these moths supposed to be
Suspiciously?
here doing this?
Yeah, the moths are taking out the crop, yeah. Suspiciously quiet. Yeah, you would expect the farmers to be trying to get rid of the moths.
So should we get rid of these things, guys?
I only see one there. Where are the rest of them?
They kind of blend in a little bit. They're here,
Oh, I see. Okay.
here.
But one
No,
is, one's real
yeah.
huge.
This one over
Oh.
here is just so you could actually see it.
Oh, no problem.
This-
I thought that was the one we were. All right. Forsyth immediately calls lightning.
You gonna take out the moths?
Maybe they'll be
I'm
attracted
attempt
to the source of it.
Okay.
Moths like lightning.
You're gonna
right?
engage the moths. I need initiatives. Fix, you are not in Owlbear.
Yeah, I am.
Your name is not on my list.
I'm the only
Let me-
person
let
on
me
the
ref-
list on mine.
Well,
then you're in the
that's
wrong place.
then you're in the wrong place. Oh, there you are. Okay. Refresh.
Yep, that's what I did.
All right. Whoop. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right. I need initiative. Where is my initiative?
6.18.
Seriously? Unable to load extension. Okay. Wow. I don't know what's going on here. All right. I'm gonna, save. I'm gonna have to do it via paper. I can't put the initiative in there right now.
Oh.
Okay. Forsyth.
6.18.
Okay. Evangeline.
I have a 19.
Fix.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to fix the thing. 17.
17.
Yes. Pick up there.
Good. Good death. What's your initiative?
12.
All right.
And now I can't see the initiative tracker. I could see it before, but
Mm-hmm.
It was not loading on mine. It was screwing up, so I pulled it off.
That's
Oh.
funny. Because it loaded. I could see it.
it
I
was loading.
changed
It was
my
working just
initiative
fine
on
for
it.
me. You just needed to refresh.
I did refresh, and that's why it stopped loading. All right.
Because I had even gone in and changed my initiative on it.
Mm-hmm. I did too.
Me too.
Sorry. All right. Forsyth, you call lightning. I'm going to let you just initiative, like you're going to just do it.
Surprise.
So you've got the surprise, you just do it. So do you attack with that or do you just call it first?
Um,
Can you
I call
attack
and
with it
attack
at the same time? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So which one are you hitting?
The one in the, let me get the pointer up here. Yeah, that one.
One in the middle there?
The one in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me it's a to hit or is it a dex? I think it's a to hit, isn't it?
It's a dex save, I believe.
Okay.
And by the way, this is at the 4th level. So yeah, it's a 15 dex save.
Yeah, that wasn't cutting it. That's an 11.
Okay, 30 points of damage.
Shnikes. You annihilate
I
this
rolled
one. Oh, oh, shabam. Well, you got their attention. Now we're at the top of the round with Evangeline.
Oh shoot!
Oh, did it only hit one of them?
Yeah, Call Lightning only does one, and then it'll
Oh, I
do
thought it was
damage
that.
to things
Unless
around it.
If they're 5 feet away, it would hit them.
Right.
Oh, I was
But-
thinking the one that like hits everything in an area or something like that.
No, it's a target, and then anything that's within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
And they're buzzing about doing their own thing. They ain't clustered. So. Evangeline, what are you doing?
I am going to use both my action and my movement to move to the house,
Okay.
to the door. I am going to take it that this one. Nope, that's not it. Well, crap. I can't get that off of there. Tell me how to erase. Remove.
How to erase? You can click on it and then just hit. Make sure you're on the hand. Click on it and then hit delete. What
Okay.
is my owlbear is not working appropriately because I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Which one of these is the door?
One
The
that's
door
ajar.
is ajar. The door is ajar. You know, that's a good question. I think it's gonna have to be over here. Oops, over here.
Okay. I'm going to move up here to the door.
I'm gonna call that the door.
I'm going to move Buckley
I'm just gonna draw a little line there.
up here.
Whoop. There's the door. That's the door. All right.
We're doing movement.
All
Buckley
right.
does it. Buckley can't do anything above ground unless they're low to the ground. So
Well, they are low to the ground. They're dipping down at the field, and then they'd fly up. So they're currently collecting in the field. All right. So that makes it Fix's turn, and Kadeth, you're on deck.
Okay.
Let's see here. They're only 30 feet away. Okay. You know what? Don't feel the need to get fancy. I'm just going to throw a firebolt at it.
All right.
24 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
For 19 points of fire damage.
19 points of fire damage. It is, you're gonna annihilate it. Anything else? You gonna move or anything?
No.
Okay. Kadeth.
Oh. Well, I'm not even going to worry about my sword, I think. I'm just going to toss a couple Eldritch Blasts at him.
Alrighty. Which one's first?
I will hit this one first,
All right.
and then this one, I guess.
Alrighty.
If assuming I kill the first one.
Right.
Well, I missed the first one.
Well, okay,
Probably.
so you're gonna shoot the second one at him.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be a 19 to hit
19 hits.
for a whopping 2 points.
Oh, he's still standing. He's a little angry. All right, that brings us. Oh, go ahead.
I guess I'll
You
go
can
ahead and move.
or-
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That brings us back to Forsyth.
Okay. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and move the striking point of the call lightning.
Okay.
We're going to move it to this to the separate one down here.
The one that Kadeth hit.
Oh, did Cadet hit that? Then never
He
mind.
did. There's only 2 points on him, but
I'll move it to this one.
okay. All right.
And the Dex 15.
Oh shoot. I rolled, but I don't
Ouch.
remember which one I rolled. Ooh, that's a nat 20. It'll be the only one I
so
roll
half-
tonight.
It's only 14 points.
Only 14 points. You fry him. These guys are not very hard. It's kind of like swatting flies, you figure. They're a little
Or moths.
angry. Oh yeah, or moths. They're just on the large
And-
side.
And he will move out here into the cornrows, so to speak.
Okay. Okay, this one's gonna fly. It's taking all of his movement to fly there. Can't quite reach you, Forsyth. But the other one is going to attempt to bite you, Kadeth. That was a whopping 9. I'm so good at this. This is why I play dice games. All right, that was their turn. They're a little angry. That brings us back to the top with Evangeline. What are you up to?
Looking into this house.
Okay. You gonna check the door?
I am.
Okay. It seems to be unlocked.
What the heck? I'll open it.
Don't go getting yourself killed.
Quite chasing pretty rainbows.
I can fix machinery. I can't fix you. I'll probably put your arm where your leg's supposed to go or something.
Tell Gavian I did it for the calls.
You open the door. It's dark inside. I mean, there's light spilling in from the windows from the afternoon. But yeah, there's nothing lit. There's no lamps lit or anything.
I will pull my despoiler from my pocket and move in just inside the door.
Okay.
And Buckley will move. He said he'll move over here.
Okay.
I think that's probably about 35 feet, 30 feet,
That's
whatever.
pretty close. All right. You walk in there. It is quiet. Nothing's lit. There's no noise. It does seem to be furnished. It's not like somebody moved out. But everything seems to be in a bit of a. It's like people just stopped. Like there is a cup sitting on a table, a side table. There is, but there's no noise. Nobody's preparing anything. Nobody's cleaning anything. Nobody's.
Does opening the door and pulling my despoiler use my action?
No, those are
Okay.
No.
I'm going to cast See Invisibility.
okay. You cast See Invisibility. You don't see anything. At least not here, that's for sure.
Not yet, anyway.
So you don't see anything yet. All right. That's going to bring us to Fix.
I figure Kadath has that one, so I'll shoot another firebolt at the one in front of Forsyth.
All right.
That is going to be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Almost max, 29 damage.
Good.
Or no, not 29, 19. Sorry.
Okay. All right. 19. That'll still kill him, but good to know that your firebolt max is 19.
I said almost max.
Oh.
It's a cantrip. It's 2d10.
That's true. But it grows with you. I mean, it takes like 5 levels at a time to make it grow, but it does grow.
And it costs me nothing.
Yeah. So that brings us to Kadeth.
Okay, I'll
Rah, you can do it.
get the sword out and hit this one.
All right.
A lot to hit.
Okay.
26.
Now you're
It'll
going to
hit.
use a sword to hit, not a lot to hit.
It's a lot to hit.
And 9 damage.
9 damage.
9.
Wow, your damages are not doing so hot.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still buzzing.
Okay, well, a natural 20 with.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna swat him with the flat side.
What is that? 13. 14 and 5, 19 damage.
That is definitely enough to kill it. You go, hey, batter. And you smack it hard enough that now you have to clean it off the sword. It really didn't fly anywhere. It just smashed in your sword.
That's a question, Kadath. When your sword goes away and it comes back, does it have the gut from the last thing you used it on?
I have no idea. That would be a GM call, I think.
I don't know. I think it would. No, I think it would go away because you kind of have to infuse it to make it disappear with it.
So when I make it disappear, all that junk just
cleans
falls to the ground.
itself. That's
See,
right.
it's a self-cleaning sword.
The self-cleaning sword.
So
Make it disappear, reappear. It's in good shape. It's good to go.
I guess this, as long as you don't want to become a poisoner and put poison on the blade, because then that would go away with it too.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you're supposed to be poisoned. Oh, I forgot.
All right. Well, there's nobody around.
There is nobody around.
Any signs of the circus being nearby?
You glance across the skies and you do see, kind of on the way to Arilla, you do see a floating mass that's closer than Arilla. So you believe that the circus is probably between you and Arilla, floating in the sky.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go inside and check out this farm first and see what's going on here.
Are we still in initiative?
No. You got rid of all the moths.
Well, I'm already inside.
Mhm.
So I'm going to be looking around.
All right. As you look around, you come to the bedroom. Yeah, everything seems to be like, I don't know, things had gotten started in the morning, or maybe late at night they were finishing things up, like just sitting by the fire or something. But you come to the bedroom and you do find a woman laying in the bed in what appears to be her own blood.
I'll walk in.
You still don't see anything invisible.
Does she? I don't want to touch her yet because Kadeth's not got his detect magic in here just yet. Does she appear to have been dead recently? Like, is the blood fresh? Is it coagulated? Is it getting darker?
It is getting darker. It looks like probably, I don't know, medicine a skill? Give me a medicine check.
A 16?
Okay, with a 16, you figure it's probably maybe 4 or 5 days.
Is there any obvious reason for the blood, like a knife wound, a sword slash?
She is face down on the bed. You don't see anything on her backside.
Okay.
It's over here. Huh?
From looking around the house, does it the things that are in the house, does it look like she lived here alone?
No.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like there was a huge, like, it's not a huge family type thing, but she was not alone. You probably figure she lived here probably with her husband.
Am I in there at this time?
You can be, yeah.
All right, I'm
Yeah, I
gonna go
think
in.
you'd be heading that way.
Okay.
And I will check to see if there's an ability to. I'll do a medicine check on her, see if I can actually revive her.
Okay. You can roll me a medicine check.
Well, if she's like 4 days old and bleeding out,
Just
wouldn't
like
that be
4
like
days old.
resurrection?
Yeah, at this point. If Evangeline, did you share this information as people are coming in?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
As a matter of fact,
right.
when Cadet comes in, I would ask him to detect any magic.
Okay.
Anyone got a shovel?
I'll do that.
I got a 4. That's with a +3.
Oh. Maybe you can beat her to life. Oh, all right. You cast detect magic. You don't see any magic or sense any magic here. And the smell is pretty strong in the bedroom.
Anyone got a shovel?
Did we determine the cause of death? I don't know if I didn't hear if you turned her over or not.
I did not yet, but
No magic.
I probably could.
I'm gonna start searching for other doors and places where someone else might be hiding themselves.
Kadath, could you turn her over?
Sure.
Perhaps we
turn her
can
over.
see what caused her.
All right.
I will help Kadath
Passing.
turn her over.
All right. You turn her over and you do see what appears to have been a gash in her chest between ribs. It's well placed stab of an elongated, probably knife or dagger. Something that
But
would
in
have
the front.
in the front. Yeah, it did not through and through. Well placed and pretty precise.
Does the wound seem to go straight? Does it seem to curve upwards?
It goes pretty straight in. It looks like it might curve a little bit, but it was very targeted to run through the heart, basically.
trying to get a sense of perhaps the height of the person and how far away they were. Was it like a really close, like bring you in for like, I'm going to whisper in your ear and then bring the knife in when you're not seeing it? Are there defensive wounds?
That would be does it look more like a knife dagger, or does it look more like a sword stab?
No, it looks more like a dagger. It's close.
Okay.
It was more of a bring you in and stab. But there are some. There does seem to be a roughness around her fingers, and some bruising around her wrists, like she was being held and pulled, maybe.
You know, possibility of like trying to, if you're being held and such, trying to grab somebody's hair and pull it and such, or just grab whatever you can. Is there anything left in her? Like, is there a strand of hair or something in her hand? I wouldn't try to do DNA under her fingernails because that's not a thing in this
CSI.
world.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
But
roll me an investigation. I know it's your strong suit. Roll me your investigation.
CSI, ninth age.
CSI.
I'll assist him.
All right, you can do it with advantage, or say, "Hey, Evangeline, check for this."
Yeah, no, that'd be more. Would be like, "Hey, Evangeline, is there any? Maybe she pulled somebody's hair. Maybe she got a piece of their clothing."
How about a 20?
Okay. With
And
a 20.
if I'm helping, does she get advantage?
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, I have to roll over a 10, I think, for that.
No, I think it's automatic.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a 25.
Okay, 25. With a 25, you are going to start kind of looking around, and sure enough, as you're looking and whatnot, it looks like there is a piece of fabric stuck in the palm of her hand.
We'll pull that out.
All right.
Bag it and tag it. Oh.
Back in the tack it.
Evidence log.
Log it
What
for
sort of fabric
evidence.
is it?
Looking at it, it looks to be just a cotton fabric. It's not highly expensive fabric or anything. Looks to be cotton. It's white mostly, but it has some strands of red going through it.
Have we seen anyone with similar cloth? We got pretty close to Gira and her guards, as well as her mage.
It does have some semblance to what Ishuto wears, like his tunic, where he has a collared shirt underneath. His collar of his shirt.
I'd share that with the group.
Looking through the rest of the house, Forsyth, it seems to be empty.
Okay. I don't see any trapdoors, basement. Look under rugs. Look behind paintings.
I was going to say, at the kitchen, you will find a trapdoor that does seem to lead to a lower, almost storage area, cellar. You don't find anybody there, but it does look like that they kept some dried goods and things down there. Store for the winter.
Storage cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Tornado shelter. All right. So the partner must have bugged out. No problem.
Or was taken.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that.
I mean, you've only searched the house. It's a farm. There's also a barn.
I was just thinking about going and searching the barn. So
All right, let's go search the barn, you and I.
go take a look out there.
Okay. You head out to the barn. There are no horses. I know that the picture showed horses, but there are no
And I'm
horses
gonna
here.
keep checking for magic too.
Okay. You do not sense any magic. But you do come to like the carriage area of the barn. And you do see, like, just inside, as you open up the doors, you do see just inside that area is what looks to be a human male, slumped over. He's kind of on his knees, but he's like slumped over, almost unsupported. What you see him from behind, and what you see is his entire back is bloody, or what's left of it anyway. Everything is bloody on the back, but what you see from nape of neck, or the base of the skull, all the way down to just below the waist, is a huge, just gash. It's just been ripped open, like literally. It doesn't look clean. It wasn't a cut. It looks like it was ripped.
Teeth or
Well,
Sucker of some kind.
torn by hand or something.
roll me an investigation.
I'll assist.
How about you do it?
Forsyth will assist, so you can get advantage.
Oh, I have +4.
Well,
I think
advantage
Cadet has a
does help,
+6, but
that gives me a 25 with advantage.
all right.
Oh, that better not.
Because otherwise I had a 9.
All right. With your 24, you kind of, for a moment, it's just kind of like, oh, what is this? And as you approach, you see that you can see inside this guy's body. You see the edges of his ribs. You coming back, like what would attach to your back. You see the edges of the ribs. You see internal organs and whatnot. As you're looking, it looks like from about between the shoulder blade area is the impact area.
Okay.
It looks like something just was shoved in and just pulled his spine. He is missing his entire spine.
Okay, so bit of Mortal Kombat going on here.
Mortal Kombat, yes. Fight!
Fatality.
Fatality.
I'm gonna go around to look at him from the front side.
Okay. On the front side, you do see I mean, he's crumpled over. He seems to be fine on the front side. He's
basically
not, like,
lay him down.
All right. He's
Take the body and lay it down
kind
at
of
this point.
hard to maneuver. He has no real structure back there for missing a back. And anything else that might be rigor mortis. You lay him down as best you can, and you do find tucked inside like an overall pocket kind of thing, or an apron pocket, you do see a parchment.
I will fish that out.
While he does that, I'm going to start looking for tracks.
All right. Roll me your investigation or survival. I'll let you use survival if you're trained in survival for tracks.
Take a look at this parchment.
All right.
I'm rolling good today. I got a 6.
Nice. All right. You see lots of hoof prints all over the place, but there were stalls in this barn, so.
But no horses.
But no horses.
Just say nay.
You open up. Well, it's not on here, is it? You take a look at the parchment, and on the parchment, you find a note. Oh, as you open it up, you see that it's note. Very fine penmanship. And it says at the top, it says Kofik.
Oh, crap.
Do you read it all?
Yeah.
All right. It says, I've decided to add to my collection. This one was generous enough to give me a placeholder for the time being. And it'll just be signed G.
Great. Okay. I'm just gonna walk back out and just yell toward the house. Fix, Evangeline, time to go.
Okay.
Okay.
I come out and was like, why? Did you find something in the barn?
Found the husband, minus a spine, but with this stuck in his front pocket. And I'll hand over the letter, and I'm going to turn and start walking toward the circus. And you definitely see a look of resolve on my face at that point.
Kadath has decided this is no bueno.
She's gone too
Forsyth is
far.
going to take to the sky
All right.
because ain't no way he's going to let them get snuck up on. He's going to go as an eagle, so he has the better vision.
I'll read the.
Going to do some circles first, just to check and see if there's anything he can see in the
All right.
bushes or trees.
And I'm
Okay.
definitely thinking along the lines of she better be praying to whatever God she believes in. Not that that's going to help.
I'll read the note, fold it up into like a little. You know how you used to play paper football in school?
The little
Yeah.
triangles.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll fold it up into one of those, and then I'll flick it into the air, and then I'll cast Firebolt on it,
All right.
and then follow Kadath.
All right.
Roll to hit.
Roll to hit. Yeah. No, I like it. The firebolt goes out and in a flash it's gone. Not enough of it to even hit the ground as it falls.
And I'm definitely walking with purpose toward the circus at this point.
I
All
think
right.
we need to find out more about this farmer.
Well, feel free to search around, find more. I'm going to find this
While we're walking to the circus,
crystal ball and see what else I can find out.
Right, but when she says she's added to her collection, if you remember, her armor was fused to her spine.
Yeah.
So if he had something similar or more powerful than hers, it would behoove us to know.
Right, but people in town would probably know, or at least have rumors of such things.
Right, that's why we're all walking this way.
The circus is on the way to the town anyway.
the more pressing matter is she knew you would be here.
Exactly.
She knew that if she involved my sister, I would come after her eventually.
Yes.
And she knew that as much as I may try to not do so, if she involved you guys, we would have no other option.
Where were we asked to be transported to?
Outside of the circus.
Yeah. I think She may be controlling that particular mage also at this point.
I'll look around. Is there anything else but this farm outside of the?
It is just this farm. I mean, you can see kind of off in the distance a couple of other farms. Like they're pretty good distance away. These farms are rather large, and it's usually housed by a farmer and either a group of people to work the farm, or just maybe the farmer and his wife or family to work the farm. So you do see other farms like in the distance, but they're quite a ways away.
Or because she could have just used deductive reasoning to figure that this would be where we'd end up, knowing that we don't typically just arrive in the middle of town.
It's possible. But there's a lot of places outside of town we could have ended up.
Yeah, but this serves as a landmark of sorts. Something you could focus on.
I do not think this is coincidence.
No, there's no such thing.
I mean, either way, she knew we were going to go to that, or at the very least, suspected we would go to that farm.
Yeah. And she could leave a note. If we never find it, then it's not like it harmed her.
Didn't do much for the farmer.
There could be 1,000 more notes throughout the world that we have not found.
And this was days ago, before we had all this information on the orb.
Right.
Which also tells me that
eventually.
She knew at least some of the information we would end up getting.
Right. Probably not all, but
she may already have the crystal ball.
She more than likely already does.
She more than likely does.
But we need to go find out for sure.
Check the ruin card.
I'll pull it out and take a look.
Okay. You take a look at the card. As you kind of look at it, you see Gara's form is shifting. It is not quite stationary. It's very slow. You see that every now and then her head kind of turns back just a little bit to look kind of over her shoulder. Like you're on the horizon. Your silhouette has always been there on the horizon. And Gara's silhouette seems to be closer. And every now and then she just kind of glances over the shoulder. You can kind of see her silhouette moving very slowly to glance over the shoulder. The other form that seems to be formulating a kind of, it seems to be laid out on the ground, almost like it's a dead body or unconscious or something of that nature. You see that shifting form a little bit, and it's smaller in size, in stature, dwarvish, but you're not quite sure. But it has shifted a little bit into more of a dwarvish shape.
Okay. What about the fate card?
You're gonna look at the fate card.
Mm-hmm.
You see it almost looks the same, and there is the eyes that are shifting you can kind of see them a little bit more clearly since Evangeline has pointed them out. They are shifting, and they will shift and look at you briefly and then shift away. Shift and look and then shift away.
The form of Gara on the card, when she looks back over, is it like she's looking to see if we're following her?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
She's not looking over her shoulder in fear of whatever's behind her. that much you can
More
kind
like
of gather.
to make sure we're following, kind of thing.
To see if you're following, to check on progress, to anything that you may look over your shoulder for.
Okay.
Do you ever feel like she's guiding us around with a
Like she's
lead?
anticipating that we're following her.
Yeah.
Seems that
But
way.
we have been told that she is versed in diplomatic, tactical, or
Wait a minute.
at moving people around.
I just had a thought.
Manipulation.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Cadet
second.
had a thought.
Give me a second. I
Second
want
thought.
to reread the message that I read in blood.
Oh. Hold on.
I wonder.
Oh, you have it written down.
Well, it's in Discord. In the,
That's
in
right.
the notes from the town crier. I wonder if she is essentially on a parallel quest. Well, not parallel, more like perpendicular from those gods that oppose the ones that
Have us on ours.
have us on our quest. Because if so, they could be providing her similar types of leads that we're getting with these cards.
Or even more clear leads.
Oh yeah, absolutely could be more clear because it would not be out of their character to do that.
To be Cheater McCheatersons.
Mhm.
Cheater McCheat.
Yeah, we need to get to this circus. We need to find out information. We need to start getting ahead of things a little bit somehow.
Could her intent simply be to throw us off the path?
Oh,
sure.
absolutely could be.
Should we simply return to what we were doing previously?
I would say yes if it wasn't for your sister being involved. Because I somewhat fear for your sister's safety if we do something like that. I feel like she is the type to kill your sister to make a point. So we need to at least make it appear like we're following and doing what she thinks we're going to do. Now, we can certainly start making other plans and have things happening in the background that she may not see coming. But that will involve getting other people involved in the whole situation that aren't already. But that may not be unavoidable.
Well, there's one call I'm considering making, but I don't know if it will help or not.
Your mother?
No. My mother's keeping something from us.
Yes, and I'm sure she thinks it's for the best.
But there is one who is supposed to be guarding the household, and I would say has failed at this point.
Yes, I would have to agree. And I wish it could be me that talks to your mother, because I wonder if she'd be more willing to give me certain pieces of information. So maybe we can make a stop in the key along our path at some point.
What time of the
Find
day
some
is it?
other way
It's like 2 o'clock in the
2:30.
afternoon. 2:30. Yeah.
to 2:30.
2:30.
We've been busy. I'm out of spell slots.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And you need a long rest to get them back, don't you?
Well, I've got first level spells, but I'm basically out of spell slots.
I have all my spell slots.
We've teleported rather twice.
I know, I didn't make your thing.
Yeah.
Been a busy morning.
I don't think we can simply stop here and rest, though.
No, I don't know that we have time to rest at the moment.
Let's get to the circus
Yeah.
and burn it to the ground if we must.
Get there and hope we don't need any spells. But I don't think intimidation will be an issue at this point.
I'm not saying burn it down for intimidation. I'm saying just burn it down because.
What I mean is, I don't think we'll have any trouble with causing intimidation if we need to get answers, other than burning it down.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm getting answers.
I hope you guys brought earplugs for sleeping tonight.
He's got an angry forge.
I think I sleep better with your forging, honestly. Your forging is kind of like soothing music.
Aren't you already running on an exhaustion?
No, I slept.
Okay. He got it back.
Oh, he slept. He got it.
So definitely getting to the, probably picking up speed a little bit, heading to the circus.
All right. Forsyth, as you're flying around, you're not seeing any groups of people or hidden bandits or anything like that. Seems to be pretty clear. Looks like there's nothing in your path between here and the circus. How long do you stay in Eagle? Are you going to stay in Eagle as long as you possibly can? Or are you going to go into the circus as another form?
I will go into another form, but I will use the copse of trees to effect the change.
Okay. All right. You can do
but
that.
I want to
You
wait
can
until
find
my group gets there to the circus.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's join them.
Okay. You guys travel on. As you get nearer to the circus, you start hearing barkers basically calling out. You get to the circus probably pushing 3:30, 4 o'clock. It's a good little walk there.
Okay.
And you start hearing barkers and stuff calling out. You hear them saying, "Come one, come all, boys and girls, men and women, humans, visitants and mutants. All are welcome at the grandest display of remarkability and extraordinacity the ninth world or any world has ever seen, heard, sniffed, felt, or tasted." It says all are welcome at Ipsum's traveling menagerie and soaring circus. Think you've seen mystery? Wait until you wonder at the three-headed Morax. Think you've seen majesty? Wait until you experience the death-defying Coprof brothers and their aerial acrobatics. Think you've seen menace? Wait until you cower at the roaring Harrispawn and its fire-spewing eyes. Think you've seen magic? Wait until you gasp at the sorcery of the great Theon and his trained cragworms. And it says, do you think You know your destiny. Wait until you speak with Dolan, the All-Sight.
I'm gonna walk straight up to the guy
Theon.
and say, "Tell me where Dolan is."
It's like, you can find Dolan and get your destiny read and the red tent toward the center.
Before he's even done talking, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start walking that way.
Okay.
I'm going to follow Kadeth.
All right. You drop down, you change form, you join the group. As you head that direction, you see that there is a platform, and you see right away that this has got Numenera on it. There's a platform that goes up to actually hit the circus and then comes back down. It works like an elevator.
And I've got detect
So-
magic going this whole time at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, this thing is going. It's showing some
I
magic.
figured that
It's-
much.
Yeah. So you step onto the platform. I'm assuming all of you are joining him.
Yep.
And you step onto the platform. The platform heads up. As you reach the top, you see tents of all colors. You see one huge tent that you're assuming is probably the main event. But there's various tents of all kinds of colors scattered about. You see the red tent immediately, and you begin to head that way. It is 9:30, and that is where we're going to stop for tonight.
Theon's the guy that helped
Those are
set up.
intrepid Trevor's. Go ahead.
Dion's the
the
fortune
guy.
teller that has the crystal ball.
That's Dolan.
That's Dolan.
Sorry, not
Theon's
Theon.
the one that helped set up something at Rarmon
At the orrery.
at the orrery. Did he
he's the
help
one who
set up
originally
the?
set the orrery up.
He set up the weapon beneath
Right.
the orrery.
Yeah, I figure
Right.
we can talk to him in a little bit, but
Yeah.
Dolan is
Yep.
the primary thing at the moment.
I think they're both primary, but just Dolan is first on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dolan is definitely first on Kadath's list.
He should have the crystal ball.
Kadath is on a mission at this point, and basically he's got that look of "don't stand in my way." You will be run over. Balance is not where he's at the moment.
All right.
We might need a god intervention.
You might need a Raven Queen intervention.
All right. Well, that is where we're going to end for tonight, folks. Thank you for those of you who are watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you know when we're live next week. And make sure you like, subscribe, or I already said subscribe, like and share this video. You can visit our website at danddadjokes.com where you can find other social media links. And that link is in the description, so you can click that link. And please leave a comment. Let us know that you were watching. Let us know what you think of the format. And, just let us know. Leave us comments. Anyway, we hope you had as much fun as we did. We'll see you next week.